Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode 110 of the Download Queue. It is March 28th, 2026. Talking Xbox today. Big Xbox episode. We're going over briefly Xbox partner preview stuff and coming up with ways to quote unquote fix Xbox, what directions they should take in the future as we head towards the next generation of consoles with the help of you. Good comments written in on the socials will be included as part of the show, but we'll get to that in a bit. Kyle, my marathon friend, how are we doing on this beautiful day?
Man, if only it was really, I'm really marathoning, if only. Be better, but I'm doing great. I just enjoying a marathon even more. It is so good. Just so good. Getting lore drops that I'm like intrigued by. We're gonna get aliens, I'm calling it, it's just they're hinting at it. It has to come at some point. The game is like an onion with many layers and it just keeps healing itself, and I love it. Not that we were talking about marathon, but that's where I am.
Right, so we're talking about marathon, I will say, heads up for this episode, if you're watching live, OBS is crashing on me continuously, recording in the background, so the full thing will be saved on the places after the fact, full episode, so the live one may be a bit weird today, which is fine. Yeah, Marathon. Both playing it now. Thanks to you. Thanks to Bungie.
Yeah, shout out to Bungie for
Wild.
Yeah, sending us a code. Sent me a code, the full deluxe edition for Marathon. I already had it, so luckily got you in. Wanted to. Was waiting for you to hop in, but you just had to wait. That's all you had to do. Yeah, so I'm excited. You haven't really shared too much of your thoughts about it so far. It's well known how I have felt and feel. It's great. I love it. It solves so many of Destiny's issues. It just is. Yeah, there's so much of the Destiny-isms that people were like, oh, that's why I don't play it, or that's why I stopped, that are now stripped out from the core gameplay of Marathon, and it's just going to be so good. So anyways, I can ramble so much on this game. How are you doing? You're level 10. We just got you there. You're doing some you got some of the introduction quests done for the various factions. You're still in the early game for sure. But how are you? This is the onboarding is the hardest part for so many people. How are you feeling?
It still needs so much help, yeah. No, I'm pretty much, I would say pretty much the same place I was after the preview window we did. I was really hoping a lot of that stuff would be changed for full launch, and I still think updating not visuals, but how information is presented, the different tiers of items you need to be bringing with them, thinking about to counter different debuffs and stuff you have, like that stuff I feel could still be fleshed out, help bring in a more casual player group. But it's fun. I'm not head over heels with it today though. Like, we did a couple runs before streaming, had some great team fights. Like, the gunplay is there. That shit is super tight. Holding down we had one I flanked behind a whole group of enemies, took all three out with a pistol I thought was trash. Got a bunch of loot out of it. Like, that feels good. That player to player interaction is so solid and super Bungie. I just think at this point now it's how do you get the casual people in? Because the art style I feel could be throwing people off. Presentation, menus and stuff, the weird. You talked about it when we were doing the preview, but sometimes A is to move items into your backpack, but other times it's X to move into your vault and you're dropping things you don't mean to be dropping things. Like, stuff like that, I'm super shocked they haven't ironed out yet. But there's time for that. There's time. It's just if they can get people back in when those changes happen, when it becomes more accessible.
Yeah, I think a big thing with like Arc Raiders' success was word of mouth. Like, we didn't jump in right away. I eventually got me just seeing everything. Maybe I'm misremembering. I know you were later on. I finally got you to do it, or I got it for you. But the player numbers kept going up, and it was word of mouth. And I think that's what Marathon is going to need. And I think it's just a slower burn. I think people know Bungie from Destiny, that big MMO first-person game that shit the bed and lost all their players, and then the Gate Studio stole our Marathon, and Bungie had an uphill climb with it. So It's going to be word of mouth, but I'm seeing more and more people trying now and like kind of seeing what's there and being like, this is actually really good. That gameplay remains that way. That gunplay remains that way. It is, you just gotta learn what shit is. But once you do, I don't know, it clicks. Like so many comments I've seen about it have been just like, once you know it's a hard onboarding, that's Bungie. I don't, you know, with this type of game, I don't know, like you need more money essentially to solve that problem, money and times, and that's possible. Hopefully, we'll see. But like everyone, you know, anecdotally, I've seen people just say it clicks at one point, and that's what it did for me. So if that can keep going, you know, who knows? Who knows? But when they wipe everything at the end of season 1 and everyone loses their vault, what is that going to do to the community? That's my thing. That's where I'm at. How do you explain that where people don't feel like, oh, I'm wasting my time?
Yeah, how do you reset to 0? Not really knowing.
Is it like a Fortnite live event? Is it a Helldivers type? Like, Sony is a part of this. They've had a lot of learnings as well. So, but I just wonder if it culminates with some type of event, some story. It has to be a narrative thing. Is it I hope it's an in-game event, whether it be like things are added to the map or one map just for like the final weekend or whatnot. Who knows? I just hope there's a good bow and then a good handoff, because oof. Yeah, I think that's where you'll lose casuals. You can get a bunch of people in for this season, but wait, I lose all my shit that I saved too? All the yellow, all the exotics, all that shit? Yeah, that's going to be telling.
Yeah, I wonder if there's another universe where this game came out and everything was the same, but I feel if there was one or two bigger Twitch streamers who built their community around this, like there would be different. Like this could have had the Arc Raiders turnaround where Peanut got huge and like all these factions and people were doing things. Like that could have happened for this. That could have helped player base numbers. That could have done whatever. But
yeah, the problem is like those streamers got hate for it. So the Peanut like would complain, and I saw multiple videos of him being like, "You guys need to stop." Like to his chat, like stop complaining. Like I like the game. It is a good game. For like it is what it is, and it's good. But they definitely stopped playing the game because they got shit from the audience, and then people don't want to play it. I saw a clip from, it was Ninja. That's who it was.
Everyone's favorite.
He was talking. I know, right? But he kind of had a good point with it's Marathon isn't the most exciting game to watch, and it's not the easiest game to watch if you're not understanding what's going on. It's very quick. Obviously, you're not seeing clearly another enemy team. You can just all of a sudden be hit from behind and you're down. And like when you're in it and you know, it's like, ah, shit, like it is what it is. Like I know that's just how it is. But watching that can be hard. So I think another reason why many of the big streamers aren't playing it is it's just not one of those type of games until you're in like the end game stuff. Like think about a Destiny raid. Not many people are sitting watching Destiny raid content, but when there's a world's first, it's like peaking on Twitch, right? There's 100+ K sometimes people watching people stream the raid world's first. So I think there are moments of the gameplay that are fun to watch, but as a whole, yeah, it's just not a streaming focused game. And again, Marathon is not a game for everyone, and that's built with that in mind. So a lot around it. Yeah, it's been interesting seeing people write it off, but then be like, wait, community really loves it. The numbers this week, it only has sold 1.5 million. Is that successful or is it not? It's kept the player base pretty stacked, like consistent, and people who are playing it are falling in love with it, as opposed to just like, oh, it's good, I'm still playing it. Like Arc Raiders, I was like, it's good. But like Marathon, I'm like, oh, there's more to this. There's a chase. I'm finding items that give me lore, and I'm like, I need to find these items for lore. You stole something in one of our runs, and I'm kind of annoyed about it.
It was worth $4,000.
I don't care about the cash. I wanted the lore. I want the world building. Like that's what I'm in on. So, yeah, I just hope. I don't think Sony is writing it off. I think Bungie has a year easily worth. Yeah. What did Concord have, right? Like there's a pathway to this. Marathon is $40. It's not too much. So it's interesting to see so many people write it off or say it's a failure too, based on those sale numbers. It's like, I really think in this day and age, those are really solid, especially with the reputation Bungie has built itself. pre-marathon launch, you know?
I think a lot of that comes from Bungie itself. That like the name Bungie. You come off Halo, you come off of Destiny, which remember the build up for Destiny 1. I remember every E3 game show conference, like that thing was built up as the next generational defining thing. Like, and now it's, oh, we're after Destiny, we're doing this marathon thing, and it's this extraction shooter that's weird and edgy and has all this other shit on it. Like, I don't think it's what many people were expecting.
Yeah. But if you play Destiny, here's what Bungie did at one point in Washington. They sat down and they were like, how do we fix Gambit? You know, we have a round-based mode. You fight enemies in an arena, and then you can be invaded by one other player. They could kill you, you can kill them, and you have to beat the boss first. Whoever beats, you're racing to beat the boss first in your own arenas. Cool, how do we solve that? We also have Trials of Osiris, our endgame PvP content. How do we fix that? All of a sudden, how do you balance a sandbox in Destiny with heavy PvP content mixed with PvE? It got hard. That was always an issue. So what they did is they just made a whole other game. Like Marathon is an evolution of Gambit and Trials of Osiris and all those things thrown in with the extraction genre too. So I think Destiny 3 will be a lot more simple. It'll be a lot more straightforward. It won't have these expansive things because that's just the intention. So it is like a lot to it, but I think it is I think that's why people who are playing it are like, whoa, wait a minute, this is really good. It feels just like Bungie because it's an evolution of Destiny. It's just, instead of worrying about your subclasses, your hunter abilities, your stasis abilities. Oh my God, when they put the frozen abilities into the Crucible and the PvP in Destiny, that was crazy. It broke the balance every season. Every year they added new abilities. It broke the PvP thing. So let's get that out of Destiny. Let's put it in Marathon. And that's what Marathon will now be. And it's finding that player base. And that's great. And now Destiny won't have those things. And that's okay. Go to Marathon. And then Destiny will be the player fantasy. Yeah. That's my ramble, my tangent.
You still have some time to jump into season 1 of Marathon, which runs to June of this year. Season 2 Nightfall will begin as soon as season 1 ends and run from June to August. Players, as we mentioned, keep earned/paid cosmetic items and achievements, but lose in-game gear, weapons, and faction standing, allowing a 0 to hero reset. Season 2, everything they have announced right now, a nighttime version of the Dire Marsh Zone, complete with new UESC and redacted engagements, a brand new runner shell, and the Cradle, which is a new system that allows you to more intricately fine-tune your runner's statistical strengths and weaknesses. Which, God, I hope that is done in the menus and not another in-game thing, because I have too much struggle trying to figure out what I'm doing already.
Yeah, there's a lot of items. Once you get there, it's good. Yeah, no, I'm real excited for them to show season 2 stuff, because yeah, it's gonna be. I think it's a whole. I think that redacted is a whole new enemy. I hope that's what they're doing. I hope they don't pull the band-aid off right now. We're just fighting robots over and over. I want aliens. Aliens attack they're there.
I want season 3. If season 2 give us aliens, season 3 give me some plant monsters so I can get revenge on all these bastard toxic things. Just keep popping up and dunk my health. I feel like I'm playing Rainbow Six Siege against Legion again. It's not a good time. Step weird, half your health's gone.
Yeah, I mean, once you just gotta learn the world. It's not easy. It is a hardcore game for sure, but we lost what? I lost 2 blue items when we first loaded in when we played earlier, and then we did free loadouts, found items, did another run. Those turned into 2 blue items, and then we lost them. And I don't feel bad about that. It's just the gear. It's on loan from Tau Ceti. When you lose it, you're returning it back. It's not yours. It's not yours at all. They have found a really, really good balance. I have played also mostly solo. Duos, we played 1 round. That feels really good. They're testing that out. They're responding well. So they're in a good spot. I just hope the industry can let this breathe. Can Sony let this breathe? No reason not to, but like they have 2 studios, right? Not Sony, Bungie. Like they're doing 2 games that are live service. How do they balance that? At some point, does Sony say, just do 1? do the one that people want more, do the one people are actually playing. So which one, I worry about that. But for this time, I'm going to be optimistic and say we're getting so much content in Marathon, and I love it.
I will say shout out to them for letting them go full on and having this be a multi-platform release. Because boy, if this needs to reach as many hands as it can. I wonder. Give me a Switch 2. Give me a Switch 2 version of this.
Dude, oh my
God. Is that pick up and play? Again, pick up and play. And the matches in this aren't that long. They can be if you make them, but 10, 15 minutes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's 25 minutes. The Cryo Archive is 30. So yeah, I have so many quick rounds. I'm rarely doing the full round. It is very get in, get out. They found a very good balance. They found a really good average play time, I think, of rounds. It feels really good. Even the long ones are like, oh shit, there's only a minute left. I guess we gotta go. Damn, that flew by. But yeah, we'll see.
Check it out again. Marathon, $40, Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Get on board the train. Check it out for yourself. But enough of Marathon, because it's all Xbox now. Xbox Partner Preview happened this Thursday. A new look at some unannounced games, some new games for Game Pass. Deeper looks at already announced things. Dispatch is finally coming to Xbox this summer. Buy it and buy it, buy it, buy it. We're not going to do the usual. Every time we do this before, usually I walk through game by game. I'm not going to do that this time. Talk about some exciting things. I want to start, because you did a 180 kind of on one of these. Stranger Than Heaven, my most anticipated from Ryu Ga Gotoku Studio. Obviously Yakuza Like a Dragon of fame. Their first new IP that semi-set in same universe, some of the same regions. We got a deeper look gameplay trailer of that, showcasing that the game will be set over 5 different eras in different cities, including 1915, 1929, 1943, 1951, and 1965. Deeper look at some of the combat, which I mentioned on my end of things, looks a lot more fine-tuned and intricate and player-driven than the button mashing that people would kind of expect from the Yakuza series. God, I'm so in. I've been in since day one. I've been in since they announced this, but this looks so... I love this, the time setting and the city setting. I want to know how that's going to work, if it's going to be a free will thing, or just transition as you go through the story, because all their games are typically open world. So many questions. And we will be getting a further explanation look on May 6th when they do a special extra showcase, an Xbox Presents, a special look at Stranger Than Heaven. So hopefully a date, I would imagine. I want more questions answered on details of game mechanics, what all this means, if this is tied into the Yakuza series. A series that you have not touched yet. Well, you messaged in the Discord.
Oh, not much.
You're kind of interested.
Yeah, no, I think the showing for this one, this trailer, sold me on it more. The combat being looking way more one-on-one focused, a little more serious in tone as well as a whole. It probably will not just be serious, right? But yeah, there's something about the showing just got me into it. I really like the idea of it being set over the 5 different eras. I think that's a really cool narrative thing you can do. And we'll see, what that means. If it's different gameplay styles, different vibes, different narrative beats. Is it one whole story? Is it like an anthology? Is it following a family? Is it? Yeah, who knows? There's a lot of things that could be really cool there. So that really gets me, and yeah, I'm excited to see more. I want to see if this combat will get me. I was excited because by the end they're like, it's on Game Pass, and I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. And I was like, oh, I didn't expect to feel that way by the going into it. So that's I was surprised that the trailer got me, I'll be honest. So hoping when I see more, it is still going to keep me, because it would be a fun thing to get into, to see, I hope, something like this. Because also you think it's going to be not the longest type of experience. So love a good 8 to 10, 12-hour game.
It's dependent on how much you put into them, right? If they follow their track record, you could either make it a 20-hour experience or a 90+ hour like I did for Like a Dragon 8. It's up to you of how much you want to put in.
20, I'm like, ugh, I would love just to. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But if the gameplay's good,
Looks cool. I my biggest hope for it, because it does seem to be following again the brawler style. I hope that becomes, I mentioned last night, like an Arkham style setting, because that's why I haven't continued with the older titles, because it is X X X X X Y X X X Y Y Y X X X Y. Like, it's so button mashy, but then at the end game, it wants you to pull off combos that I naturally wasn't coming across because it doesn't require you to do. And their version of like environmental weapons, like you pick up a garbage can, you have 3 hits with it, you can swing around. Pick up a bike and you swing it around wildly. This, there was that one scene where he like pulls out a knife, stabs the dude in the leg, and like flips the guy over in the air with it in his leg. Like, that looks cool. And if that's an actual, not necessarily a cutscene, but like an actual prompt you can pull off and do like into combos, that could be really intriguing. And I hope that that's improved upon, because that will make this game for me. If not, exciting to see.
Also Snoop Dogg's in it.
What?
Did you not see Snoop Dogg in it?
I didn't want to say it was.
No, okay. Sounds like it also has been confirmed.
That makes sense. Again, Samoa Joe was in the last one I played.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
The Game Pass thing you mentioned, huge get. They created that relationship back 2022 when they had Like a Dragon 7 in Game Pass. Pirate Yakuza just added in. Like a Dragon 8 was just added in, I think, a week ago. So they're keeping that relationship up. And it'll also be an Xbox Play Anywhere title. So you'll have it be a cloud and PC as well, if you're playing it that way.
Who is this? Yokoyama-san. I wonder who you could be referring to. We weren't exactly subtle with some of the footage we chose for this trailer, but let's just say that players can look forward to an all-star cast. We'll be revealing more at the upcoming Xbox Presents. So, they did it on purpose. You saw that face and that person on purpose.
See, I read that and I thought it was like, not background characters, but like people in the back of like, they're representative of other Like a Dragon characters, because they've done that before. They had Like a Dragon Ishin come out, which is set like feudal Japan, but all the characters in that game are just the same character models from the current games put in new positions. But I thought that's what they meant. I did not put 2 and 2 together.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's going to start with him walking out on stage. I love it. Yeah, hoping that one hits. It's May 6th, right? And then is there a date? Is it this year?
I don't even think there's a window at this point.
Oh, okay, wow.
Which that's why I'm hoping that May 6th, if they're doing a deeper dive, like it's fall, I would hope.
Drop at the end of it.
I don't got that. But
yeah.
I didn't take time off for that.
That'd be crazy.
Yeah.
What? No, there's probably a big lead into it. Cool. May 6th, yeah. About 2 months away. That's crazy. Like a month away, actually. Almost April 6th next week. That's insane. Time keeps ticking. Another
fast one here. Hades 2 new trailer finally coming to Xbox April 14th. Series XS, Xbox on PC, Xbox Cloud will be a Play Anywhere title and will be available with Game Pass. I believe that is also cross progression, right?
So. Yep, that's through whatever the studio. Oh my god, what are that? Supergiant. Yeah, Supergiant does that. So I can't wait to boot it up on Game Pass and load the cross save, and boom, achievements start popping. But excited. This is Hades 2 is exceptional, so it's coming both. It's crazy that the Switch too had it locked on console for a couple months. That's pretty crazy. That's a huge get. It's only on Steam and Switch. But yeah, such an awesome game. You please go play it if you haven't. And the first one I think is on Game Pass right now too. So if you're a Game Pass player, you can go do that. Yeah.
The amount of people I see online of I don't have a reason to buy a Switch 2 yet. I'm like, Hades 2 is there. I'm like, oh, always forgot about Hades 2. Reason. I'm like, come on.
Yeah. No, there's a lot of reasons. It might not just be your reason.
Yeah.
But the Switch 2 has an exceptional console. Ooh, it's got Dispatch.
Yeah, Dispatch Summer 2026. I believe also Play Anywhere title on Xbox. Not a Game Pass release, so you will be buying it, but we're worth the money.
I won't be.
You won't be, but the people, the general public,
People will
support that game.
Yeah, real good. I hope we get a season 2 announcement. I hope at some point they at least like, hey, this is what we're intending to do next, right? Like we're gonna continue the story or we're gonna do a new thing. Like that'd be. I want to hear from them sooner than later. That's just a selfish want. I want to talk about Forever Ago.
Oh, please. I was going to bring that up if you didn't.
Nice. Yeah. Coming from an Annapurna game. You are going to follow Alfred on a journey to unlock memories of his life in Forever Ago, an upcoming narrative adventure. Revisit beautiful locations from Alfred's past, meet characters, and document his story with photographs in a single-player road trip that explores broken dreams, loss, and regret, but also courage, hope, and the power of friendship. Just an old man. Wife is gone. He's got a dog, and I'm like, this is going to be sad and beautiful. So this is also coming to Game Pass, and like once the vibe started, well, you see Annapurna, it's like, oh, is this Annapurna going to be for me? And yeah, this looks really cool. Can't wait to cry. Can't wait to cry to this one and think about futures.
Yeah, there's my only worry with this, it looks gorgeous. Like I love the art style. It's got God, there's one on Xbox that came out during a showcase a couple years ago. It reminds me of, but I hope because a lot of it seems like a walking simulator. There is some scenes where you pull out your camera. It says you use his instant camera to document your journey and solve small environmental puzzles. I hope there's enough of those kind of break up the story a bit. I do see some people being tired, bored of it as you play through, if that's mostly what it is. Another shout out for this to look out that it features an original soundtrack by Clark Abowd, who did the soundtrack for Slay the Spire, which indie card roguelike darling there. So
a little small game,
yeah, it just knows something.
The sequel's barely doing 500,000 concurrents. It's crazy on Steam.
Might have heard about it. Maybe check it out.
You really would have thought it could have done more. That's cool.
I believe that too. They just gave a fall 2026 nothing further for a release date, but
yeah.
Yeah. And a Game Pass time.
Yes. There's a new Bluey game that not something I think I'm going to be playing yet, but it's the whole idea is you join Bluey and Bingo and you go around the town and take pictures. So it's just like Pokemon Snap, but Bluey. So it's just another extension of that IP and such, a game for kids. But it looked really cool. It looked simple, and that's cool. My daughter is now just getting it, So we'll be playing this one, but it's a good family game. It looks like on Game Pass. That's not coming out though. It's this fall. So actually, by this point, by this fall, we might be ready. We might be doing it. Who knows?
Yeah, it was when I came up. I was like, of course it is. Like they're reaching everyone. They want your kids. They want the older people. They want every genre. Yeah. Bluey.
Oh, sorry. Bluey started yelling in my ear. The video auto played. Oh my goodness.
One of the last ones for me, fast. Was not aware of before this. Grave Seasons. The now 4th title coming from Blumhouse. Reaching into the game space. They haven't had one that's like super blown up, but all of them super unique, different experiences. There's been PS1 demake type games, point and click. This is now a horror version of Cozy Farming Simulator Stardew Valley game, which looks absolutely wild. Old cellmate writes an ominous letter about the new town you just moved to, Ashen Ridge. While it seems warm and welcoming at first, something is amiss beneath the surface. Has some demonic creatures running about in the background, jump scares happening, weird occult-like summons you're doing. I'm not quite sure, but I'm very interested. Will be out August 14th, 2026. day one Game Pass and Play Anywhere title as well, which seems to just be the go-to for most of these. If you're a showcase game, you're either a Game Pass or a Play Anywhere title, which is good because they really want to be pushing that message as we head into the next year or so.
Yeah. Oh, we'll talk about that too.
We will.
Yeah. I completely missed Grave Seasons. I didn't I must have been, I mean, I probably was multitasking while watching it. So yeah, I'd seen it. I'm like, oh, this looks really, really interesting. Something I am definitely gonna hop in with Game Pass for sure. That looks cool.
It kind of catches you off guard because the trailer very much starts typical farming simulator, and then shadow creatures jumping out in claws, and there's a part that pops up a crafting menu where it straight up is like there's an attack log for questionable bookkeeping and Book of the Occult, like weird stuff. Super excited to see.
Yeah. No, and then having Blumhouse attached to it, you would expect, the story to be at least a certain level, right? And have something. So yeah, it's cool. Can't wait. That was it. For me, I'm like looking through the Xbox Wire thing, but there's some other things I know people like. Super Meat Boy 3D. I never did that. New announcement for Vaunted. That didn't really hit for me, but overall, like a solid thing. I think I do want to talk about the last thing they showed a little bit because that was like the most like, oh, all right.
I was just about to ask what your thoughts were on that.
Yeah, so they closed out with a world premiere of Artificial Detective, a stylish post-apocalyptic adventure. It just looked really polished in a weird way. And like, yeah, we'll see. It's definitely something I want to see more of, but if they do what they're doing, it could be pretty solid. Kind of like what Crimson Desert looked like, right? It was like if they do what they're doing, it could be really good. And they did what they were doing. Story left though. So we'll see with this one. How did you feel about it?
I'm still questionable. It looks great. Like the idea of it sounds cool. The animation, like they showed what you would assume is a bit of gameplay. All it looks so solid, but for me, it gave me. I said it in Discord. It gave me Atomic Heart vibes, which I was so excited for that, and it did not hit for me. So I'm trying to temper my expectations going in.
Yeah. So this is from a indie studio, Vivix. The team is composed of artists from games and film, from Call of Duty, Modern Warfare 2, Control, Dead Space, to the Netflix sci-fi series Love, Death, and Robots. And that reading that, I'm like, oh, just visually, you see Love, Death, and Robots, just that whole vibe, and this would fit right in that series, that anthology stuff. So that's really interesting. I like that there's a new studio. Sorry, I just wanted to call that out. That's a cool foundation there.
No, it is. I mean, when I looked it up that day and I saw the Love, Death, and Robots. I'm like, oh, that opening scene with the robot deer. I'm like, this could have been, this could have been an episode for that. Like, you see it. So you would imagine too. That's what 7 years development found in 2019. So maybe a 2026 release. You would hope. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, it looks like it's shooting pretty high. It's a debut thing, so you just wonder.
Never mind.
Okay, you wonder about like. Honestly, I wonder about AI. There's a lot of it in that trailer. Just looked a certain level, and a new studio. We'll see. I don't want to say that's a bad thing, but just like, I don't know, there's something about it that just is interesting in a weird way. But I hope the next time I see it, I'm proven very wrong. And like, why am I even questioning them this way?
Mm-hmm. Also, Robot Dog. Hopefully, Pet the Robot Dog.
Yeah,
that's what people care about.
Oh yeah, that's nice. Oh yeah. There's like 3 characters. One of them, the Robot Dog. I see it on the character. All right.
Mabel. Speaking of dogs.
Oh, nice.
I'm Mabel.
Yeah. Overall, though, I think it was a solid partner preview, because it's not even a partner showcase. This is a partner preview for the year and coming up. So I think we got more than what I thought we were gonna get. Not all of it spoke to me specifically. Nothing even was like, whoa, I can't wait. Hades 2 being the most exciting, but I've already played that. So, But I think it very solid. I think, you know, partner previews, even the one last, was it November? They always are. If the games that are for me show up, it's awesome. If they don't, it's okay. Like, it just, I've never felt too negative about it, but this was like the least exciting one for me, but solid. Varied showing, I think, too. A lot of variety of stuff, and I think that's cool.
There's really, like I said, these are designed for helping either smaller teams, brand new studios. Like, this is their equivalent of a indie showcase from Nintendo. Like, this isn't supposed to be a big blow your socks off.
Yeah.
Everything's going to be a huge banger. Again, you have Bluey to Stranger Than Heaven to Hades 2 to a new Alien game. Like,
this preview also had Hades 2 and Dispatch. That's pretty, like, those are two big, huge games from last year. So, yeah, they're already out, but like, I don't know. Yeah. It also did have stuff too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which leads us, Kyle, Xbox first technical showcase with Asha in charge. Obviously, she probably had very little to do with this. Probably will never have anything to do with these. But this is the first event to happen under her watch in a week that we've had some interesting information and quotes come out that we would like to branch upon. You brought up the idea of what would we do to realign Xbox, fix Xbox, quote unquote, into the next generation as next gen talk comes on. A lot of this stems from co-CEO of Netflix, came out this week, said that he has had multiple meetings with her. Some direct quotes that he said in this interview with, oh god, not Yahoo Finance. What was it? The Information, which, sure, yeah. Some things he said. She comes in with an observation that to some degree, that division, Xbox, has been run a little bit defensively for the last couple of years. And I think she's trying to reinvigorate and invest to grow kind of model rather than a cut to make targets model. Something was brought up along the lines of collaboration between Netflix and Xbox. He adds, you would have to do it in a way that works for both the consumer and works for both companies. Frankly, I think Microsoft's still trying to figure out how to make the Game Pass bundle work for Microsoft. But what I like about Asha's thinking is it's all about how do we do more, and it's already been exciting to watch, which has then thrown out people thinking that we're getting Netflix Game Pass bundles, which is an interesting topic. There's been some stuff data mined in the back end of a new Game Pass tier being tested / ran that seemingly only features Xbox first-party titles. So, a lot to unpack, a lot to try and think about, a lot to make sense of. How do you feel about a Netflix collaboration? Because I feel like that's not something that I have never seen anyone even remotely bring up as a thing. But it's an interesting thing of how, if you have a Netflix Game Pass combo, Game Pass and Xbox are on most TV apps now. Like, is that enough to get people to, hey, I don't need to buy a console. Next Xbox PS6 looking at $1,000. Would people be ready to double down, go out, buy a controller to Bluetooth sync with your TV and have some tier of Xbox Game Pass with some tier of Netflix? Are those accounts connected? Like, there's a lot to... It adds a new layer of thinking that I have not even had to remotely think about when talking about Xbox or what their future entails.
Yeah, that would be a bummer, honestly. If we got a Xbox Netflix deal, but it does make a lot of sense. Netflix just made a pitch for Paramount or for Warner Brothers. They lost that. So they got $2.8 billion payout because that deal fell through. So they got paid because of a failed deal. So they got $2.8 billion ready to go. Netflix games is in a weird spot. It is something I have used before, and I don't think I have currently any games downloaded because we cancel their Netflix for a little bit, and we just re-upped it recently. But there were games on there that I was using. Bloons Tower Defense, that's a fun one. But they have like Oxenfree and such, but they never had enough,
Oxenfree 2,
right?
not available on Xbox yet.
There you go. So there's stuff there, and I think Netflix just didn't do enough and can't commit to it. And now in this environment, economically, you don't want, as a Netflix streaming, you don't want to get into games, right? Xbox in a weird spot, right? I see how a merger in a plan would help, right? If you can get your Xbox games played through the Netflix app, dude, that's crazy. Anything that has Netflix now is an Xbox, even though that branding's gone. So I see it. I just don't. The financials are weird. Once that happens, I feel like Xbox is more publisher than not. But also Xbox is just following the footsteps of Microsoft and just putting their software everywhere. So it's not like that is uncommon for that whole company, right? I think that's what they've been doing this whole time. Xbox is Microsoft Gaming. Microsoft Gaming is above Xbox. Xbox is a subsidiary under that. So that's just what we're seeing. So it would make sense. I see it. It wouldn't be surprising. I think it kind of also tells me, I mean, we're not a hardware. A PlayStation just went up 100, 150 for the Pro. Everything's getting more expensive, right? No one's going to be buying new gen consoles or even consoles. That's going to be slowing down a lot. And I think leaning into something that can make you more accessible to everyone, there's money to that, right? Not that the price is going to be accessible, but at least you can access us, right? If you can pay, you can get it. And then you think about a free tier. Netflix already has ads in their shit. Like, they already have that infrastructure figured out of stuff popping up. So I see it. I see how and why. I have more worry about it.
See, for me with this, I'm very much on the other side. I don't see the possibility of this happening, making them in the publisher only territory, or it would only happen once that hits. I think it is a very smart play to continue having that engagement when you look at those consoles. Because until they start doing their marketing and messaging in a way that, hey, there's a next gen Xbox coming out, but you don't necessarily need it. Until they get that messaging, in my eyes, to match up with phones of, cool, there's a new one every year, but you don't need one every year. You can wait 2, 3 until you need to upgrade. Like, until they start doing that and having that help with the price point that we're inevitably going to hit, I think this is just another way to get people in the ecosystem still. You have your player base numbers, you have your engagement hours, you have all those numbers you build your marketing off of, which is funny because this is also the same week that they have officially canceled the This Is an Xbox campaign. Like, they're still doing those steps of, still be doing those steps if this happens, of, hey, your TV's an Xbox, you're still in our ecosystem, you're still paying subs without needing the box. But it just opens up that window, the barrier of entry to such a wide number of people, I feel. Which, yeah, if you're someone who console sales are the main thing that matters, yeah, it's not going to matter too much to you.
That day, though.
You would imagine. People online, Kyle. The Gooners online.
The Gooners just can go goon to themselves.
Yeah, I don't think it's seen as a negative. But it's what she was brought in to do. I mean, to throw back to that one tweet I read when we had Brian on the day this happened, he was brought in to turn a stagnant, somewhat declining, multi-million-dollar or player business into a thriving, multi-billion-person ecosystem.
Yeah. Yeah, and so I mean, and we're just like they're just small changes so far, because really it just looks like it's the same thing, the same path they were heading on, which maybe that's why people left when they did. We'll never know for sure, possibly until we get a report. But yeah, no, I don't know. Yeah, I ultimately agree. Like, I don't think there'll be a bundle for it, but who knows, man? HBO bundles with Disney and Hulu and ESPN, like it all is gonna bundle at one point. So yeah, I think it is kind of branching off of the ending of the branding of this as an Xbox. It's they have work to do on the PR side of like what even is an Xbox, right? Like, why is that a question? I get why, because they've made it muddied, even though you actually paid attention to me, it wasn't. But yeah, they just have stuff to do, and you got to get rid of the stuff that doesn't make sense, the stuff that makes you not cool to be on, like not the platform to play. And we're not cat. This is a cat box. This is an Xbox. It's like it missed. It's creative. I think really when you think about the idea of Xbox being on everything, like that is a creative thing. It just didn't land. It's not what the base wanted, even though. Yeah, we're still doing what they were saying in my mind.
It was fun. It was fun for the meme.
Yeah, it's like they were like, haha, look at us, we're silly goofy. And it's like, yeah, you guys are.
It's like the cool uncle that hangs out at the family reunions with the younger kids smoking weed in the back.
Like, haha, we're all cool and hanging out and laughing, right? And yeah, we're all laughing. Anyways.
The Netflix rumors lead us into a year of new consoles. Project Helix announced it is out and about. They had GDC talks about it. Playing your PC games does all the things that have been rumored to do. Is that enough? Is that enough to get you in personally when we're in a world where the Steam box is floating in the ether somewhere that seemingly will do the same things? Is an Xbox Play Anywhere game plays on your PC? Play it on the Steam machine.
If they still make a Steam machine.
If they still make a Steam machine,
announced that at the worst part. Oh my gosh. Everything's up in the air. It all comes to money, right? Like, where's are things going to land? How much is this now? How much is a console now? They said premium already. Will they back off of that a little bit? Will they try to scale down some aspects of it so they can make it a little more affordable? Is Microsoft, are they in a position to potentially eat some of the cost and keep this down to be a competitive thing? Because, dude, if this is an Xbox console that I can also play my Steam library on and I can buy Steam games on it, that's a no-brainer. For me, it's a no-brainer. Especially when you think about the Xbox ecosystem, the Xbox UI. I never have issues with it. I don't have it like crashing or freezing often enough where I'm like, ugh. Like, obviously, I just know that menu system, so that's part of it. But having that ability it's an extension of being able to plug in and play it. Having that just work, but also be able to use my Steam stuff and have it all linked together. That's what we've been talking about. That's the dream. That would be awesome. So 100% I'd be down. It just goes to price 100%. I love what they were saying. I love getting all those details and stuff at GDC. They let that shit get leaked. They knew what they were doing. They're like, we need to let people know what we got going on. And it's the right move, I think, for Xbox, given it's the right move for Microsoft to have a device that isn't just your own proprietary stuff. Like, their laptops are open, like you don't have to use Microsoft Store to get stuff on your laptop. So I just think that's where they're going with Xbox. I don't think that's a bad thing. I wonder if this console potentially will have modular capabilities, adding more storage, trading that in, like, oh yeah, I have a 500 gigabyte card, let me sell that and get the terabyte one, like beyond what the what do I have? Like I have the little thumb drive, the Seagate expansion drive, but I want, like, you pop open the shell of the console and let me trade in this and I have better graphics now. Like, what if they do that? Like, that's what you could do with PCs, right? Like, who knows? Like, that's a way to make it cheap too. Is
Which
cheaper. Like you can have the Xbox Helix, and it has the Xbox Helix S internal parts, but you can upgrade later, or you can buy parts and you can get the Helix X version of it eventually, right? Like there's a lot of money up front to develop those parts, but I don't know.
Which, to be fair, that was it leading into, I'm trying to find, I believe it was leading into Xbox One generation. Phil Spencer was openly doing interviews about that being a possibility for the future of swappable parts. Which, again, hey, next console, you don't need it for 3 years, but if you want to do slight upgrades on it and do this stuff, like, if it's an easy barrier to entry where it's not disassemble all your shit, and if you mess up this one thing like your PC, the whole thing's fried. Like, if they make that a seamless experience, kudos.
Yeah.
Because looking at Xbox Helix against the Steam Machine, if it happens, is now Helix seems to be the biggest competitor for it. Again, it's phasing out PlayStation if it's keeping the purely a console route. If they can narrow down the ease of access and have that same experience, I think that for me would be the differentiating factor when looking at the two. Because when we talk Steam Machine, they're saying it's very much PC-like, where you can do your coding, you have to do your updates still, like, it's a PC under your TV. You have to keep up with updates and hardware changes and all this stuff. If they can do that on Xbox without the hassle, that's enough for me to make my decision, because my PC is sitting here now and I have errors popping up for games and drivers out of date I don't know what to do with. Like,
yeah,
that's a niche market in my mind still. So if Xbox can narrow that down, hell yeah.
Yeah, and I ultimately, honestly, what we could see is a series, the Helix being like the X Pro, being the premium thing, and they still lean on the Series X for a while. Like, it works good, it's fine. Like, we'll see, because at the end of the day, like, I'm going to use this also in this moment they were also talking about making it easier to develop on. We had the Baldur's Gate 3 issue with getting it on Series X. What is it? Black Myth Wukong was like, yeah, no, it's this console that's the problem, if I'm remembering correct. So we heard constantly that. So it's supposed to be easier to develop for. So I wonder if there will be like cross-gen stuff. Is it a software update to make games easier support from PC or support to Xbox to be made on Xbox, because that was apparently different than it was on other platforms? Or is this like they have to restart, right? Like, will there be a lack of support between the two because Helix is built different? I don't know. Maybe what was it, the velocity architecture that the Series X and S have? Like, maybe that is part of the issue here. But they focus a lot on the GDC talk about making games for Xbox be easier, making them for PC easier, right? That's interesting, because that means developers had issues with your platform.
Well,
and you see that, right? Like, there's games Dispatch wasn't on there, right? And there's financial reasons for that, for a first-time game, small thing, but there's a lot of games that are not on Xbox, for example. So lack of players as well. That it's not the most played on platform, but still, right? I don't know.
That's what a lot of that GDC stuff was, though, where they were pushing that. When you were saying just now, making it developing for Xbox easier, that's not a factor anymore, because it is, you develop for one or the other, whether it be Xbox or PC, and it will natively run on the other. Like, it's not different SKUs now. It is one wrapped up thing where you make the PC version, it will just be working available on your Xbox. Like, so that barrier isn't there anymore, which opens up a lot of possibility. Again, looking at Steam Machine stuff, GTA 6 not going to be on Steam, but you have it on your Xbox. the way to play it on your PC via the Xbox, right? Like,
But there are Xbox games that are not play anywhere and are not on PC. So like if GTA isn't doing a PC release day of, like at launch of console, same as console launch, they're not going to have a Xbox Play Anywhere version of it too, because the Xbox Play Anywhere versions are different. It's not, and I think this is what they're getting to, is they're going to eliminate that difference, because right now the PC version and the console versions are different. The save will go back and forth, but it's not like if I boot a Play Anywhere title on PC, I'm going to get the option to go into the settings and mess with all the PC settings, right? But I don't get that on console. So they are different still. I think they want to get rid of that. That could be, and that's really cool.
yeah, so I think when this launches, when Project Helix is out, I don't think Play Anywhere is a brand anymore. Because everything will just have it. Like, it's not something you'll have to differentiate for new titles releasing.
Oh yeah, and that's definitely when they show off the console. Yeah, summer, it's like, you know, with our console, with our Xbox Play Anywhere, it's just Xbox. It's just, when you see Xbox, it means it's played anywhere you can play Xbox games. That makes sense. And especially getting rid of, yeah, so it's just like the difference. There's it must be the console. Yeah, I want to learn more about it. It sounds like the way you have to make a game for console is different than it's for PC, specifically Xbox, enough where that was an issue. Me just repeating stuff people have known.
Enough
for
of an
years.
issue that they feel the need now to try and get ahead of. Like, they saw the damage that did and what that messaging was, and they were now trying to, at least GDC wise, but I wonder if we get not a showcase, but a deeper look next year into the console. Like, do a consumer approach of what the differentiating thing is for this, instead of a developer focus, like the Tech Bro side of things. Like, give us a basic line. This is what you need to know. This is the differences. This is why this is the place if you want to play PC, if you want to play Xbox, if you want to do cross play anywhere. Like, give us a showcase or an event like that for your general consumer coming in. What is there anything for the next Xbox or Xbox current that you would like to see changed, that you would like to see brought in, updated, changes made to make the experience, the transition, the overall turn on play better?
Yeah. Overall, I'm really happy with the ecosystem and the platform as a whole. I think the apps can work a little better on the phone, but like, that's Microsoft. But like, I get my downloads, like screenshots, videos, like they're there really quickly once they upload. Switching, I have a Series S. I have this nice little memory card. Like, switching back and forth is awesome. My saves are there from the 360, version. Like, Play Anywhere is awesome. The cross save is cool. The different versions of pack like that has always been cool, and I love Game Pass. What do they need to do to get out of this hole and make me not feel bad for liking Xbox? Because it's just always like, yeah, Xbox is just lesser. It's hard to justify liking them sometimes. I want to see consistency in following through what they're doing. I think that's the biggest thing, because like, whatever, you make a PC only, that's fine. I don't care. I still want you to have a console. You make just a streaming box, okay, that's weird, but like, it's just they've been stepping on rakes. They have to backtrack. Pandemic, of course, game studios closure. Like, we're in a weird time, but I want now with Asha just make a decision and just go with it. I don't want next year us to be like, that didn't work again. Like, this didn't work. And we'll see. The world's crazy. That's a pretty wide want for me from them. But I mean, what was that year? Like, these are all coming out in 12 months. And then that didn't happen, right? Like, every year it seems like there's something else going on for Xbox. And maybe it's because they talk too much, but it just seems like they just can't get out of their own way. So I would love to see consistency in following through and not having to backpedal or backtrack or do podcasts that explain what you said because the way you said it was too corporate and people didn't understand it, and it sounded bad. Like, you shouldn't have to reiterate yourself over and over. And there was just a innate messaging issue, clearly. So whether that be because of internal struggles, Xbox and Microsoft, whether it be just bad ideas from whoever was leading those charges, I don't know. But you got to figure it out and just make it be like, this is an Xbox. This is Xbox.
Which, I mean, you hope, like, that's with her messaging so far, wanting to reinvigorate and chase that old spirit they used to have. Like, again, she's saying all the right corporate words for us to hop on board. It's just, you got to see that through. Because if you do all this and then we end up in a similar place and not a lot has changed, that's going to feel really bad.
Yeah. So that's like a wide one. I would love to see, this is more tangible. I would love to see Xbox continue to make smaller size and smaller scope games and get them out faster. I think Game Pass is that perfect thing. You have a perfect platform to have your own original games. They don't need to be crazy big, but something like Keeper. I hope internally Keeper is not viewed as financially unsuccessful, right? Like a waste of time because it didn't get enough play hours or whatnot. Like, I didn't play it, but I see it and I'm like, it looks cool. It looks awesome. I love that that's there. Like, you need games across your catalog. And I think you're going to be talking to Netflix. Netflix knows that very well. You need to have a suite of your own games. Look, I'm talking about exclusives. But to make Game Pass work, you need to have games on Game Pass. And I think they're doing that well. But I would love to see those games come from within. Stuff like South of Midnight, right? There should be a South of Midnight too if that studio wants to do it. That should be greenlit. Is such a phenomenal game and is, as people go on and discover it, I've seen people is coming to Switch and PlayStation. I hope, it comes out in a couple days. I hope it finds enough success for people to like talk about it and people to get turned on to it because it's a really cool. So I want Xbox to continue to invest in those things, smaller titles, made with heart, made with intention, made for the fact of making games, right? Not for money. I think we were trending that way with Xbox. I really do. And I think that was what Phil really heralded publicly, right? Being about the games. If that starts to slip away, I think that we'll notice pretty quickly. But keep investing in small titles, dope experiences. 5 to 10 hours. Mwah.
I had that on mine, but more expanded in a sense of.
Ooh, let's collab.
Let's collab. I don't want to throw around the word exclusive because that's a very gray area. Like, kudos to you.
We can talk a lot about that.
You said it since the start of Xbox Game Studios games exclusive, Bethesda, Activision, let them do their thing. Like that, I love the idea of, and I think that's the safest route to go about. But I think if you do end up there, where obviously Halo 1 remake's coming, that PlayStation, whatever. But instead of making them, after this remake's done, we're all in on Halo 7. It would be 7 or Infinite was 6. Instead of doing that, let them do a smaller thing with Halo. Let them do something else with it. Like, not every studio needs to be a life or death situation, $500 million, 6-year development cycle, AAA banger.
Not sustainable.
No, it's not. And like, let them do a smaller thing in the Halo universe. We had Spartan Assault. We had all these other things. You can make a smaller single player experience that helps offset those costs. And I don't mean that just for them, but like Gears, Forza. I mean, I want to say Forza because they're doing Fable now, but just opposite end of the spectrum. But like, there's other IP that they can dig into without caving into studio and having closures. Like, I would like to see that.
Give Double Fine the Halo IP. I want to be a Flood. I want to run around in a little Flood. You tell me Double Fine could make a dope ass Flood game, and you are the Flood. Just like
South of Midnight Double Fine collaboration, bro.
Ooh, oh my gosh, yeah, Crouton. That's like a Double Fine thing right there. It looks like. Yeah, no, there's just games are art. They're not money. You just have to make money to justify making the art, and I get that, but we got to keep on to the art side. So I hope that's kind of, as we're in kind of a gaming crash. The industry is crashing. I think it's yeah, we're on that way if it's not already happening. I think that's just what we're going to see, that be the turn. You know, it's just going to be smaller scope things that don't take a lot of money to make. But it just depends on whether studios, big ass companies, are going to jump on that train. And I hope they do. I would love to see. There's so many things you could do with all their IPs. I mean, where's a Splinter Cell? Work with EA or whatever, UB.
Yeah.
A small little thing. They're probably going to buy another studio or another big company. Watch.
Wouldn't it?
That's actually probably what's going to happen with Xbox.
It does too. I think for me, if they do go that route of reestablishing the first party portfolio, I think that helps with public perception too, because there was that longest time of Xbox is only Halo, Gears, Forza, whatever. But I think if you branch out across that, where it is, hey, they're still doing Halo, but it's this different experience. It's this thing you're not used to. It's something worth checking out and putting those in a different light. We've seen with Gears Tactics, like doing the offshoot things, I think changes that narrative from a negative to a positive.
Yeah.
Although it's just these same things, but it's not, because we're doing this off the wall thing, like helps sort of twist their journey there on. With a new console, I hope we don't get, I don't hope, but I just hope we don't up on some of the updates they've made. Like quick resume and all that needs to be there day one. I will be so heartbroken if not. Anytime I'm not playing on my Xbox and I have to load into a game, it's back at the main menu and all this shit. I'm like, this is not the way. Like, I'm so used to that being the norm.
It's so funny because I agree. I love that feature. It's the best thing. Then I just don't play enough games that crash when I use quick resume because they're on online only, you know? So I just don't use that feature enough. But it's so good. So I wonder if there is actually justification for it, you know? We'll see. I could see it slipping away, but it's one of their coolest features. It's just a free state emulation. That's all it is. It's really cool. So they should keep it up, but
it'll be an interesting thing with the PC hybrid. Like, if they get that working,
I did
across
see
the platforms
report,
too, like wild.
Yeah, I did see someone report rumor that they were testing quick resume for their Xbox PC stuff, and now they're making that PC the ecosystem. It's gonna be eventually the same as your Xbox interface. So hopefully, that means quick resume if you have the right console or the right PC specs, if you have the right, probably an SSD because you would want the speeds. If you have the right one, you probably can have quick resume on your PC, and I think people then who don't have an Xbox are going to lose their shit because that's really, it's a really cool, magical thing. Especially, dude, like it transfers through a stick. So I just can switch between consoles and it's like, oh, it's still quick resume. I'm like, how do you know that? You're on a different console. It's just, the tech is crazy. It's magic. Okay, I turned around. It has to be there. I riot if they get rid of it.
It has to be. It's even works backwards
longer
compatible.
I don't understand anymore.
Having it work for older stuff too, I took for granted, but like this past week, I fell into a hole. I went back to Banjo-Kazooie Nuts and Bolts, 100%ed it, and like coming back from that where it's like, oh, I'm playing Master Chief Collection and I'm on YouTube. 2 days later, I go back to Banjo and I'm back in that same spot on a 360 already emulated thing. Like, it's a wild thing. Because it does the 360 boot up still, but then it puts you right where you were in the game. Like,
oh, that's cool that it still does the boot up to get to there, and then it's just there. That's awesome.
Yeah, because it still does it. Like, does that and does like syncing your online cloud, whatever. Like, it pulls up those menus still, but then goes into it. I'm like, that's unexpected.
There's a lot of crossover that and just stuff that just happens on Xbox. It's kind of why I don't think Xbox is at this level, but it's similar to Apple, where like they don't get all the nice features right away, right, on the phones. But when they do get added, they're generally not so much. They're kind of getting shittier. But generally, they were like solid. I wasn't having issues with the new tech, the new software, the thing they added. And I feel like with Xbox, they have their issues, but there's a lot that just works. The save, cloud save, like load up a game like Final Fantasy 16 or what's I don't have my console open. There's a game I re-downloaded recently. Oh, Assassin's Creed Shadows, re-downloaded that, and it just syncs the save and it's like, there's my save from there. You know, it's just there, and that just works. And that works for games with saves from years ago. and that just happens. It's not something you have to go and sync my save from one console to another. Microsoft just has that ecosystem. It's super underrated.
I wish I trusted it more back in the day. Because like when I was starting Banjo again, I did not trust the cloud system back then, being a pessimist
So
as a
funny.
junior high kid. So I lost a bunch of progress and stuff. And it was, I'm starting fresh
Wow.
because I did not keep anything on the cloud. I was like, I don't trust this. I'm going to lose all my stuff. Down to the cloud.
Yeah, no, I didn't mind. I said, go for it. I don't care. You said, do this. I say yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I got here, unless you got anything else you want to throw in, a couple to read off from the community.
Read off some of those. I think that'll be kind of branch off from there.
Let's see. One I should have thrown in a little bit ago here. MIG Elite on Threads. The only thing he put, since there's a good relationship with Netflix and Xbox, get Oxenfree 2 on Game Pass yesterday. I agree because I read that and I was very upset that Oxenfree isn't on Xbox yet. I love the first one. That was an experience. And I forgot 2 existed because it's just not anywhere for me to play because I'm not doing Netflix games. Friend Brian Saber at United We Nerd. Dig through Activision's backlog that isn't Call of Duty and see what games they could bring back or at least put onto Game Pass, which I feel has been a thing since they got the acquisition done. We're still waiting on a lot of those titles, Transformers, Prototype, stuff like that makes the rounds every couple months. It's happening and they're looking into it. It just hasn't yet. So eventually the dam's got to break. And our base one here,
good.
Jonathan's posts on Threads. 4-point hitter here. 1, more physical releases for games, and every console has a disc drive. They're cheap enough.
Pause.
Yep.
I don't think we're going to get that.
I don't either, as much as I want it.
I think if the console is, I think if it's modular, they might do, or they might find a way to do what the PlayStation 5 did, where you have 2 versions of it. But I agree it's cheap enough, but I could see to get the price down to justify and they want you to be digital. Sorry, they do. They do. So as a reason to lower it. But I agree. More physical releases. I think also, whether it be public or not, I would love if they had a way where it's like, if you had this many hours downloads for Game Pass games, we'll flip it around and give you a physical release. And there's ways to partner with smaller companies, right? Where it's pre-order it and then we'll make it. So I would love to see that. Because South of Midnight, I mean, they had collectors and stuff, but there's games that definitely could use a nice little physical edition.
Even off that,
if Xbox doesn't want to, let someone do it.
Which that's the bare minimum I want. Because there's, Limited Run, all these studios and teams doing the physical releases. Every day on Twitter, I'm scrolling through and it's, hey, this game's coming to physical. And it's just a Switch and a PS5 every single time. At bare minimum, do those partnerships with these other teams who are doing the work for you to make it an option for those of us that want it.
That'd be cool. But I, again, doubt it.
Number 2, which we talked about, partner with Netflix on a curated Game Pass streaming bundle. Up in the air. Curious to see how that works.
Be interesting.
Something that I'm surprised they haven't done, especially during the This is an Xbox ad campaign. In addition to Project Helix, streaming stick and controller bundles. Which I'm surprised isn't, because I said at the top when we were talking about this of if you don't have a console, you still have to go out and buy a controller. Is there a world where, hey, you buy this TV that has Game Pass as an option, a controller bundled in? If not, go sell the controller to someone online. I don't know.
I can see that. I'm probably not in it, but as a deal, you can add this in, if you want it. But I think the metrics behind the scenes for how many people are actually interacting with cloud gaming is just not high enough to justify a streaming stick. I think sure, in city, the nerds, gamers, you would be able to throw that on. Just especially if you're on the go, going to someplace internet, sure. But even then, why would you want that? A streaming stick is it's a device that would be for casual gamers, and if the most casual people don't have good enough internet, it's for no one. So I would love it, but I would more love just a cloud box that's the Series X for the next gen, right? I think we got that. I think whatever the streaming stick is what the Series S ended up being, right?
Yeah. Which that stick is like the ghost in the closet. That thing's been floating around since the start of this generation. Like if we would have had that, that would have been out now under any circumstances.
I just think it's just not viable. Yeah. Yeah, I can't imagine it being just worth it. The testing must not have been good.
And last thing on his post, which again, something I'm surprised we don't have. I can see the metrics behind it. Expanse upon Elite controller parts and adjustments, which now is the de facto 2Go controller. Maybe without swappable parts, his kids lose those. Which I feel like the swappable parts is a grab for Elite controllers. I can see the need for it, but the customization aspect of it, I think, is now on the design lab to an extent, but not like a full range.
I was just looking. But
doing more themed things you could pick up at a store, at a GameStop. Hey, get this Halo button layout, whatever. Like, could be something. And it's all additive.
Yeah.
It's not like necessities for the next console going in, but additive features that you want to be the big brand again. You want your stuff everywhere. He's feeling.
I'm trying to think, would I want anything different with this controller? Do you care that they do batteries and not rechargeable? Because they said like that's accessibility. They let people choose what they want. Blah blah blah. It makes it cheaper. Whatever their reasons. Do you care? Do you think that would be something to change, make it rechargeable?
I really haven't, just because I've been Xbox so long. Like, even my PS5, I'll forget to plug it in half the time and I have to use my backup one. Like, that's a thing, but I've been so used to just buying packs of batteries every now and then that it's not even a thought that goes through my mind.
Yeah. See, I had the Play and Charge kit for the longest time, and when that finally went out, I just got a pack of the Energizer rechargeable batteries, and that's what I use on these ones. So I just have to recharge those. But yeah, I'm fine with it. I don't think that matters. If it makes it cheaper, it's cool. But I do think throw some back paddles on these, at least like the Switch Pro controller, add a little button, just like one on each side. That would be cool. That would help a lot, I think. Yeah, I think you can make the base controller feel better, but I think what did our comments said? Make a lot. Wait. Elite controller parts and adjustments now the de facto controller. So I think he's saying the Elite controller is the controller you would get. Right?
Yeah,
is that what we're taking
the
out of that?
go-to one that people want to use.
And that's where I think you get maybe you get a slightly upgrade build quality, and then with another, like some back buttons. I think both PlayStation and Xbox will have that ability there. But beyond that, it'd be crazy for the Elite to go. I honestly don't think this design lab is going to stay for long. I can see that's something that gets
you shut your mouth
aside. I mean, I like it, but how much? Like, they have custom stuff for High on Life, Romeo's a Dead Man, Overwatch,
they don't care about those, but making
Marathon.
Your own.
I get, but like,
good Christmas gifts.
They're just throwing a bunch of stuff on you.
I like
SpongeBob's on you. Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Fallout one.
The Fallout one's sick. The Marathon ones suck. I hate that. The Marathon PlayStation controller is so cool. The Xbox inspired by Marathon. It's dumb. They're just colors. Come on, give me a Marathon Xbox controller.
It's not.
I know. I want a Marathon Xbox controller. It's Sony owned. I don't give a fuck.
I'll say that's probably the only time someone said a PlayStation brand controller
Sony.
looks better than the Xbox one.
Well, I don't think it looks. No, I like that it has the iconic, like all the iconography, icon. Okay, the word, whatever. All the icons on it.
Yeah.
All the stickers. I just want the official one on Xbox. I hate that they're like, hey, look, this is inspired. We have the colors. It's like, where's the logo? Whatever. But I do like without swappable parts, kids lose those. Yeah, I lost all my Elite controller parts.
Yeah, I
I
only
wonder
ever
if they
had
could
the
do something
first
like the
one.
Razer. Like the Razer I have with all these buttons and shit. Like, I wonder if they go full in for a Pro and just not swappable.
The option.
Have it all embedded. Anyways.
They're all about
Mhm.
choice. Give us the choice.
Yeah. The last thing Xbox needs to do, especially in this current climate, bring back Guitar Hero. Give us all the Guitar Heroes back on. You're releasing a plastic Xbox. You're helping. You got a plastic instrument coming out too, buddy. You $75, and then all the classic rock bands are in there. You figured it out. Not every song, it's impossible, but we did our best, and we got Rock Band or Guitar Hero. Sorry, I would love it. They are companies making more and more plastic instruments. The Riff Master for the Fortnite mode, which isn't getting anything. It's just like we're right there. If the winds blow in the right direction, we get new Guitar Hero in Rock Bands.
You're getting new Guitar Hero. They just announced like last month, my guy. It looks terrible.
Well, not an official one. That's what I'm saying. People, there's a want, there's a desire. When that comes out, it's going to sell more than it should. And Xbox is like, you know what? They did say we're going to play games in new ways. We're going to bring back games and play. Dude, they're bringing back Guitar Hero. I keep switching the games. I can't even remember which one.
I don't know which one I want.
Which I want them all. No, that would be like investing. The serious part of that is like investing in the in-home experience. I feel like it's all online multiplayer and stuff. You know, you got to search for a game to sit down and play co-op sometimes on the couch. And I would love just Xbox to have more investment in those and like front and center. And Guitar Hero is so good. You know, Rock Band or Fortnite mode is not it. That's not what it is. Everyone knows it. Make some cash. You can't sell consoles, but you can sell us a $60 guitar. I'm lowering the price now.
That's the thing. The day that happens, I'll be like, okay, Xbox is on top. They're just laying it out. They don't care.
They're like, here, we're gonna bring back Guitar Hero 1, 2, 3, 4,
World Tour.
World Tour, and all those instruments work.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
I'll need a new drum set. I broke mine terribly.
I wish I had a drum set. Yeah, I wish. I only have one guitar. That's what I need to look at the game store for.
It was so
Thinking
expensive.
of reason. I know I haven't even looked in there though. So I know I look online. They're always so expensive, but there's a local one I should go when I wander in there. I got to look for those. Anyways, but yeah, that would do crazy cool stuff,
Well, we want Asha.
but not DJ Hero.
Oh, we're gonna mess with that.
Yeah.
Well, we want Asha for the next Xbox. But let us know in the comments, YouTube, wherever you're listening to this, watching this, what you want, what you would do with Xbox as we enter this new era. I saw a tweet today, Kyle. Got me very hyped. As of today, we're now less than 80 days till the June showcase. We're coming back around to it. It's right around the corner. Get hyped for Xbox, baby.
Yeah. You know what? I'm going to watch. You should pick one showcase for me to watch because I know you are a weirdo freak and you watch all of them every year, which I
For
love
the
for you.
memes or
But
like a banger one?
just whatever you choose. Like before the next showcase, like what is the one I should watch? Because I'm not going to watch all of them.
I'll send you the. God, what was it?
We'll think about it.
2003, where they were doing the webcam, or no, it would have been
Don't make me do that
2006.
shit.
They were doing webcam for the 360 or something, and they had
I wanna
Peter
do the
Moore
one that
like
where they-
FaceTime a porn star in a hotel, and he's like, "I'll be up there after the show, baby." Like very weird age of its.
Wait. You had me there. Okay.
It was very much a moment.
I
of its
forgot that's a
time.
different era.
Yeah,
That's so funny.
I'll find one. I'll send you one.
Yeah. Maybe the Fable was debuted or something. You know, to see the vibes. There's something we should do. We should talk and plan something for that because
Done.
that's crazy. 80 days. It's crazy that it's April. Almost. It's crazy that Starfield update is coming. I've been playing Starfield. Drop that real quick. Oh my god, I can't wait to see what this update is. I hope. Can't wait.
That's what 2 weeks, the 9th, right?
April 7th, I think. Coming out the PlayStation 5, what a wet fart that was. Just like, oh, okay, yeah. Everyone's like, yeah, we know.
It is not coming to PlayStation. It is not Starfield, Indiana Jones, or whatever else he said.
Yeah. I mean, it was in that moment. I don't know.
Hope it finds success.
Things change. Oh, it will. It's so good. Yeah.
That will do us, though. Episode 110 of the download queue. Kyle, do you have
7
anything?
more. We
Ah,
have a Master Chief focused one.
when does that? Yeah, hold on.
Oh my goodness. Is that going to line? That lines up pretty close. That's like mid-May.
It's end of May. Yeah, it'll be like
Wow.
there'll be an episode or two before it.
Oh, but if we'll talk.
We'll
Maybe
talk,
we
we'll
have
talk.
to skip a week or
Because
two.
we're
you know,
skipping
and
because I'm going to Florida in 2 weeks.
there you go.
So-
So maybe we skip another. All right. Look at that. We might have our Master Chief 117 episode.
We're doing
For
a
the
full
Xbox showcase.
review of the Paramount show.
No.
What a way to
We can skip-
celebrate!
I'll skip that episode.
God, what do you got going on this week? Doing any streaming, playing?
Oh my
Marathon?
gosh, Netflix owns the rights to Halo's TV show and they're going to partner with Microsoft. Oh my god. The new Halo game is going to be following Master Cheeks.
It's gonna be a
Oh,
Halo
Pablo.
dating game,
Wait, I'm on board with that.
but still Master
Like,
Chiefs.
but you pitched it Master Cheeks? Pablo Schreiber, Silver Team. The Halo show is a different universe. They're Silver Team. I'm saying they're going to be the new games because Netflix owns it. They're going to part.
Yeah.
Crazy, right? It's like, oh, look how that came full circle in a weird way.
I have still not. I literally just have the last episode to watch. I've still not gone back to do it.
The last
Can't
one
do
is
it.
the best one.
Is it?
I think it has like the most like some of the best action as Chief and a elite fighting, which is really cool. The context is weird. The fact that human girl is there is just weird.
You
It
scroll
just-
down and he
it's
doesn't have
weird.
pants on. It gets kind of weird.
Yeah, honestly, it would make the whole show better. But yeah, we got some fun stuff. We're keeping going. We'll see.
Till next time, next week, same time, same place. Episode 111 coming at you. Be good to each other. Stay safe. Have fun protesting day if you did that. I did some of that this morning. Felt really good. Good
Nice.
time. Happy gaming. Be good to each other. Till next time. Bye.
Ah.